Written by Dr. Yasama Ayavefe.
Renewable energy problems. With the rise in oil prices in 2008, the question of the evolution of the energy mix emerged with greater weight, even if a reflection had been made in Europe since the early 2000s. Nuclear energy is dangerous and produces waste that has not yet been managed. Renewable energies therefore appear to be a possible alternative with undeniable advantages, including a reduction in the CO2 emission released. However, it is not limited to this. The increased energy independence that accompanies the development of renewable energies appears to be an important economic asset at a time when authorities consider it not immune to a large-scale electricity shortage during the winter months, because they are mostly produced on-site. But paradoxically, the solution provided by renewable energy sources has to do with the flexibility that falls on the heavily subsidized wind and solar sectors, which are intermittent energies. The electricity grid is constantly working just in time. Supply must meet demand. This raises the sensitive question of energy storage and the integration of renewable energies into the network. It is necessary to be able to complement the renewable energy supply in the absence of weak wind and sun, while efficiently integrating it into the grid when wind or sun is generous. This discontinuous character is absent or almost non-existent for hydropower, biomass, or geothermal energy. The flexibility needed to integrate more renewable energies into the energy mix can be achieved, particularly by developing gas-fired power plants. These power plants, also called turbine gas steam (TGV) power plants, run on natural gas. It emits half the CO2 emissions of the latest generation coal-fired power plants of similar power. Unlike nuclear power plant reactors, which cannot be switched on or off at will, despite the partially adjustable generation, these TGV power plants provide significant flexibility in the electricity generation scheme. The storage of electricity in pumped storage power plants makes it possible to stabilize electricity generation in unfavorable weather conditions and support generation from renewable sources in particular. The weak point of renewable energies lies in the fact that their installation and distribution has a significant cost, especially in relation to the depreciated but obsolete nuclear fleet. Despite technological advances in the design of photovoltaic panels in recent years, especially in the design of photovoltaic panels, whose prices have fallen significantly, renewable energy remains expensive. It still requires the existence of different support programs for investment. In addition, connection to the network of these decentralized units also incurs additional costs. Attempts have been made towards better control over long-term costs, greater energy independence, and less impact on the environment. Changing the energy mix in favor of more renewable energy generates costs. The European framework, as well as today, requires political choices to be made. It encourages member states to make these developments. But the context became more difficult for this. The crisis led to a slowdown in global growth and a marked decline in energy consumption. This was further increased by the energy efficiency measures implemented around the environment. In the US, shale oil and gas supplies began to inflate, affecting the price component as well. We must consider the support given to electricity generation.
Written by Dr. Yasama Ayavefe.